Shall soon.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while, a very long while, but we are here. We hope.
It looks like we're here.
Hopefully, we're live and not Memorex, but we think we got a group here for you. Unfortunately, Hyde is not with us tonight, and Saint is still long-term AFK, so he is not with us. But the rest of our group is here. And just to give you a refresher of what we are doing, this is Starfinder. It is the takeoff from Paizo's Pathfinder. It is the space edition to their Pathfinder. It is based on their previous game. It is very much set similar. It's a D20 system. Set similar to most of the other games that you would play that would be very similar. The setting is in the future after this planet Galorian has mysteriously disappeared, an event that was called the Gap. And the history of the planet during this disappearance is lost to all races, preventing players from returning and interfering with the previous events in the timeline. Because this has happened, new alien races and other worlds have come into the universe. Since the time of the Gap, allied races have formed alliances called the Pack Worlds for diplomacy, trade, technology sharing, and Absalon Station has magically appeared in the place of Galorian. This is the hub of pretty much everything that goes on. And this is where our group is operating out of. Our group is basically a mercenary type of group. They have been allocated by an unknown individual who is paying for everything that they do through a kind of mysterious woman at this point that they have met. She is a lady that has approached them as an attaché to a diplomat to a world, and that is their only connection to this unknown benefactor. He has put them on a quest to retrieve some data from a planet that is basically destroying itself. And anything else that they run across, anything that happens, they're free to acquire, to do with as they please, except for the data that he needs. And at this point, they were on their way to the coordinates when they came across a beacon that took them a little bit off their path, where they had met up with a individual that they were told was vital to their group, that they needed to rescue him. So this is pretty much where we are picking up after they had rescued him, and they have a couple extra individuals with them that they kind of took in during the battle. I won't say that they are turncoats, but I will say that maybe they decided that it was in their best benefit to not be combatants at this point of time and lay down their arms. So at this time, I'm going to let our group introduce themselves, both as players and as the person behind the player. So let's go with, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to let Tyrion, since he is the new one to the group, introduce himself and his character.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tyrion. Some of you may know me from my own Twitch channel, but I have joined Einar and Aisha and Alien and Faicha here to play Starfinder for the first time ever. My character's name is Chip. I am a Isoki bounty hunter. My character basically has an issue with people who go against or take out crimes against smaller peoples, like Isokis and some of the smaller races. And so his goal is to raise up enough money to hopefully help those who need it. And my dumbass got captured. So I got saved.
Okay. Faisha?
My name is Paizo or Frank. You can find me playing various older games. Lately, it's been a bit of Metroid, Super Mario, stuff like that. But today, I will be playing Irenia or Ren, as she is currently portraying himself. He has both a female and male personality, and they are a biotechnician, geneticist type person, and they just go around studying stuff and found themselves a good opportunity here on the planet. After joining up with the crew on the spaceship, and yeah.
Okay. Alian.
Oh, hey, that's me.
Hey,
Hello,
Yes.
everyone. I am Alian. I am playing the Skittermander, Zavocado. They don't really talk much. They like to blow things up. They don't have a very strong sense of self-preservation. And we still haven't quite figured out where on Mac they hide. But yeah.
Okay. Yep. Skittermander is one of our races that's being portrayed. Same way with Tyrion's um, race as well. He's portraying. So all of our characters are playing unique races. Faja being a cat race. Einar, you as well, playing a unique race.
Yes, I am playing the Patra myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's because we all play humans in life, so.
Yeah.
I play a human in fantasy.
I'm Einar. And yeah, I play Mac Crooks, is Dragon King. And he's pretty much not the meat shield, but the meat wall. Basically the tank of the group. And as far as myself, you can find me around on Twitch doing model building and stuff like that.
And that's not Avocado that's squeaking. That's one of the dogs deciding to get a squeaker toy.
But it could be.
It could be, yes. Okay. So that is the group that is present. Okay. So basically what's happened is you have recovered Chip and you've had a chance to rest up from your battle. You've had a chance to dress your wounds and everything. You've made camp, you've rested and everything. So it is the it is a bright new morning, and you've got two people in camp with you that you got to kind of figure out what you're going to do with them, and also you've got to push onward, pretty much on the quest that you've been given. So
Yes, one of them is unconscious. Asleep.
Because he was supposed to be asleep for a while.
4 days. 3 or 4 days, I can't remember.
okay. So what are you going to do with your two people? What's the group deciding? As one of the dogs starts growing.
Yeah, it's this man growling up. Not happy that I'm out.
No, because usually this is your bedtime. It's a Friday, Miss Ma'am. Deal with it.
Well,
We get stamped late.
as far as Ren's concerned, we can kill the guy whenever you guys want, or we can keep him alive.
To what purpose does it serve to keep them alive?
Oh, the lady here surrendered.
Yeah,
Him, though, I just knocked unconscious.
yeah, this
Made
guy
him live 90 nights.
down here, he's in a induced coma.
We'll say a non-medically induced coma.
No, it was medically induced.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Old school anesthesia was just a hammer to the head.
Oh, no, I actually used a serum of hibernation.
Oh, fair enough.
I am a doctor.
As Chip just sits there furiously cleaning his gun. Just
Yeah.
I feel like Savocado's finally waking up after a week. Pops out of the bag.
Oh, hey, Zavocado. Have a nice nap.
I missed all the
As,
fun.
as you see this guy you've never met before talking to you.
Savocado would question if they could eat Chip.
is that out loud?
Oh, yes.
Chip just looks up slowly and just aims a sniper rifle that is longer than he is just directly at you. Go for it.
Savocado would totally just gnaw on the gun. He's unique.
I take it you're also a small creature.
How tall are Skittermanders? They're real short little fellas, right?
Not very big.
Yeah, you're both small-sized characters, though.
Because Chip has a very strong sense to just protect smaller races. Bigger races don't need protecting. Smaller races do. As he himself is part of a small race.
Yeah, he's about your size.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
a
think
little bit smaller.
Savocado's probably 3 foot tall at best.
I don't know how tall Chip is. I forget.
Yeah, Skittermanders go from 2 to 4 foot.
I am 3.5 foot
Yeah,
tall.
on an average of 3 foot tall. You're playing what, a rat folk?
Yeah, I'm playing an Ahsoki.
Yosoki.
You're about to say. Yosoki's gonna be a little bit tough. 3 to 4. Not by much. The same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably mainly because the Skittermander is not a bipedal creature, so it's usually a little bit shorter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For those who don't know, Skittermanders have 6 arms, and
Eek.
of course, then the 2 legs. So 8 total.
They also skid around on more than just the 2 legs sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, at times they do. First a guy. I'm not gonna kill him, but I don't have to save him.
Yeah, we'll just let him wake up. I'm gonna take his. We'll just let him have his peaceful nap outside of the desert, and then whatever happens to him happens to him. I mean, it's not smart to take such a long sleep in the desert.
And the bulldog is dreaming.
I like to think
Pardon
those are the
our,
noises you
pardon
just
our
hear.
noisy animal.
As far as she goes, what does she want to happen?
Well, she'd be looking around nervously as you guys talk aloud.
Especially about not caring about the life of that one guy.
And she'd be like, if you guys could just point me to the nearest starship, I would be happy with that. Or I could stick with you guys and be an extra hired gun. Either way. But I'd very much like to be on this side of the dirt, if possible.
The only starship I know of around here is ours. I'm not going to tell you where that is, so that's off the table.
What do you provide to us in order for us to keep you around?
Well, like I said, I'm a hired gun. I'd be able to help you guys out. Um, uh, I
Chip's just gonna sit on a rock, continuing to clean his gun because someone else touched it and he's not happy about it. He's just gonna go, "Well, I'm a newcomer to this group, so I don't really have a say, and I'm okay with that."
mean, I'm good with my weapon. I'm good with grenades. Um,
And at this
you know,
point, why are we?
any heavy weapons, throw my way, and I'm pretty good with them.
Zavocado would at that point immediately raise all of his arms and scream, I like grenades, keep this one.
Chip just immediately starts laughing.
Mac just shrugs and coming with us for now.
Works for me. I mean, that's why I tried to spare her.
And as far as the guy over there, I mean, he's sleeping. I don't see any reason to hurt somebody who's defenseless at this time.
Yeah, defenseless at this time, comes back and hunts us down later.
Well, couldn't he be put aboard your ship while he's in kind of a stasis?
Well, considering I haven't seen the ship and I don't know what ship everyone's talking about, I wouldn't know.
I don't know about leaving someone that tried to kill us on our ship would be such a good idea.
But he's asleep.
And if he wakes up, then we lose our ship. Well, they lose their ship, rather.
They don't have proper means to keep him asleep.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been on the ship. I don't know what ship y'all are talking about. All I know is I got here, my ship crashed, it's burning. I can't do anything with it, so I'm here for the long haul.
And I only had the one injection, and they don't, and its effects is a random duration. So I'm not even sure how long he'll be asleep.
Chip looks up at Mack Trucks and is just like, "What do you think, big guy?"
He just kind of sighs and walks over to him and find out how long he's going to be asleep. I just kind of grabs him by the shirt, picks him up, and just kind of slaps him across the face a couple of times until he starts waking up.
Simple, effective. I like it. I like the big guy. As long as he doesn't pick up middle people.
Well, I guess the person that would determine if he's reacting any would be Irina, because she would know.
Well, if he takes damage, he
Well,
wakes up.
okay, so he's starting to stir a little bit, kind of moaning a little. I wouldn't say he's awake, but he's definitely moaning.
And he
You know,
suffers one temporary negative level and is exhausted.
give me a moment to move his. Okay. There we go. Had to move his character group. Okay, so Cell takes a little bit of damage and he starts to come around, kind of brings his eyes open a little bit and moans, what? Ugh. And he looks up and sees the dragon.
Yeah, because he's still being held off the ground.
Really? No wonder. His head lops back.
I did give you a chance to go away.
Like kind of labored breaths. Did you have to hit me so hard?
You weren't waking up, so
Those look like love taps to me.
and I could hit you harder.
I feel like you'd already did.
Avocado would make a comment about needing to tenderize the food before eating it.
Huh. I'd prefer you don't.
Is he still having a hard time waking up?
Oh, he's kind of in and out of it. He heard that. He reacted to it. He's kind of still daisy.
Chip's
He's
gonna
he's
stand
not.
up and walk over to him and point his gun like under his chin and like cock it really loudly. I suggest you wake up.
I'm
It's not
trying.
his fault. It's the effect of not being woken up correctly from stasis.
I feel like I'm on a very, very bad trip. I think I remember something like this way back when, in my younger years, and I swore off that shit.
Okay, well, just to cut to the chase. The other big guy, he's dead.
Oh,
He picked a fight with me, like you guys did.
I never liked that guy anyways. He was an a-hole.
You got a choice. I can kill you like him, but a lot easier because all I gotta do is just, flex and you're dead. Or I set you down and you just leave us the fuck alone.
I'd prefer the second, if it's really a choice.
Chips props his gun up on his shoulder. It's really not.
The illusion of choice.
Yeah, it's always an illusion.
And Mac looks down at Chip. You might want to move.
Fair enough. Chip goes back to his rock and sits down.
And he just lets go of the guy. Lets him drop to 4 foot.
Ugh. Thanks.
I never said how I'd let you down.
I appreciate that.
You had a choice before we started this. And Mac starts walking away. Of course, Mac is like passive.
Thanks, big guy. I appreciate it.
We could have gone with choice number 1.
And
No, I'll make my way somewhere else. Trust me, as soon as I can.
Smart decision. Chip's gonna hop down from the rock again. Well, I appreciate you guys saving me. Little bastards ended up taking my guns and touching all my shit. Couldn't stop it though. Where are you guys headed anyway?
Honestly, I can't remember. Out of game.
Got coordinates to go to. Stevenson got the word of I guess we're heading back toward our coordinates.
Yeah, fair enough. So, out of game, Aisha, were they hired by the same person I was hired by?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming I was to meet them here and then got fucking kidnapped.
You were a you were hired for a separate job and you had completed that job,
Okay.
but in the process of finishing your job, you had gotten messed up with this.
Mess.
Yeah, the bounty hunters or whatever they were that kidnapped you and intercepted you and everything.
Have I been paid for my previous job? Previous job.
Not until you return to Absalon Station or to the ship,
Nah, fair enough.
because
And I'm
you would have to meet up with the person that gave you the job.
okay. And I'm assuming I have
That
no way off of this planet on my own.
I mean, if you want to make it to the next city, that would be your best bet.
Hmm.
But you've got a choice of going with these guys, staying with them until they get picked up by their ship, or going to out on your own.
Fair enough. Well, the way I got here got fucked up. I don't have a way back. Mind if I tag along with you guys for a little bit?
You got much of a choice, and we were sent to add you to the team anyways, so
Fair enough.
Well, we always have a choice.
I mean, yeah, there's other choices staying here.
Very true.
Not a smart choice, but still a choice.
Yeah, and I'd rather not do that because, well, it's not very comfortable out here. I don't want to stay here. So, I guess I'm tagging along with you guys. Where are we headed?
Now, Lady Leary had given you coordinates to a building that is in the long ravine that runs east-west on this planet's not quite equator, but it does run east-west, and it's where a lot of buildings and structures had fallen into. And this building basically just slid down. So it is very much still intact in sections. And that's where you're going to find the information that you're searching for. But you got to find the specific building and everything.
So we're going that way.
Yes.
As Rand points in the completely wrong direction.
Most likely. So whoever has the direction to the waypoint at this point in time. Or whoever remembers how to get back to the point that you started from, that broke you off onto this tangent. Anybody remember?
Walking in this direction.
I mean, Mac would have it.
Yeah, basically just in the case of this, you just want to head north on your screen, and we will change screens. because there were stuff you wanted to explore on the last screen a little bit.
I know there was something harvest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had, give me a second for the completed battles. You had run into here
Those bugs.
Yeah.
bugs, which gave you their shells. Was it the Kafek?
Yeah.
Yeah, those bugs that ate anything.
These little guys and this guy. That way you can click on them. You had 4 of that one, this one, and 1 of that one when you got up in this area. And the, let me, KHEFAK. Give me a second to pull that up. It's the arthropod, similar to a centipede or a crab. It's the exoskeleton that you are interested in.
Yeah, because they can be sold.
Yes. Genetic engineers desire their carapace for easy harvest. By now, the tissue and everything had degenerated, making the carapace easy. It's already hollowed out, and easy for you guys to take with you, because it can be refined for various uses. And it can be very valuable on the market, between 5 and 50 credit. And then the big one is worth between 30 and we'll say 70 credits. So we're going to figure out the worth of those. So you've got 4. So what's the best way to roll for the
You said between 5 and 30.
between 5 and 50?
5d10.
So 5d10 for each one.
Well, that'd give you, yeah. Because that'd be a range between 5 and 50.
Okay. Do you want to do 1 overall, or do you want to do 1 per each?
I don't care. Easier to just do 1 for all of them.
How does a group say census wise?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, either way.
Yes.
1 for all?
Or you could just do, since there's 4 of them, 20d10. And they do the same thing, just that's what says what the all combined worth total.
And that does that include the
That does not include
map?
the big one.
Okay. then go ahead and somebody roll that up. Doesn't
There's
matter
four of the
who.
small ones, right?
Yeah, just 4 of the small ones.
So 109 credits total.
Okay. So
That's their value
Discord.
at least, but that's only if we actually sell them. Because you mentioned that geneticists like to use them. So I'm sure I can find a use for them.
Pathfinder, Starfinder. So 109.
Under the box character sheet, I got it mad.
Okay. Okay. And the large one between 30 and 60, we'll go 30 to 70 credits for
Okay.
one.
And there's only one of them. So
Yes.
1d5 plus 20.
Okay.
Well, 1d5 times 10 plus 20, but
I trust you guys with the math. It's something I'll have to learn.
What is a math?
so 40.
Okay.
This avocado would just be sniffing this stuff.
Okay.
Got the entry up.
Okay. Yeah, we got it written down 2 different places. So that means I can get rid of that one. Okay. So you got this stuff in tow for now. And you keep heading off back to the previous
Map.
map. Give me a sec. Give me a.
I
I
see a
gotta remember which.
charger.
I gotta remember which one you were on. It wasn't the LZ.
No, I was supposed to use that avocado over here.
There we go. Okay. So I might have to bring a couple players on here. Let me see. I've got you.
Wait, I
Got
thought we came from
you.
the south.
You have to repeat because I have a dog that's being stupid. Enough.
Oh, I thought we were coming from the south, but apparently now we're at the north.
No, you came from. You went out the north. It just flipped you.
Engines.
Okay, I thought we left this map through this way.
No, because the fog of
No,
war.
because you came in this way, and then you came through here to the north, and then that was the extension. Where's everybody else? Mac, I got. Okay. I'm gonna find somebody who's got vision
I
to
can
move
see.
everybody. Can you guys see yourselves? Because I can't.
Let me see.
I can see me.
I can see
Because I've
my
got Zavocado.
drone.
Your drone's on the map. Zavocado, you should be on the map. Yep. I can. John or there, everybody's should be visible now.
This avocado needs moved one more south, probably.
There you go.
Oh, there I am.
Okay. And then I'll delete him. Okay.
He no longer exists. Oh no.
Okay. So through in here is where you wanted to do some collecting of plant life. Because this, ironically, you did find some life in this area.
What the? I'm trying to move left. There we go. The arrow keys was only moving me right for some reason for a bit. Yeah, what should we call these plant stuff that I wanted to harvest? Plants from this planet?
Yeah, because I can look up and find. Let me see if
What was the name
plant
of the
life.
planet again?
Akaton.
I assume nobody else is interested in these.
I think you're the only doctor in the group. I think everybody else is more the shoot at things that move type people.
Zavocado would inquire as to if they are smokable.
I mean that's
I don't know. You could try it.
okay, I'm looking for my planets.
I need a guinea pig. And how do you lose something as big as a planet?
No kidding.
It's a good
That's like
question.
that's like the lore of the game, though.
Yes, it is.
Fair enough.
Very much is a question how they lost a planet. And it was a rather big planet too.
Galactus came
Yeah.
and ate it.
Food and drink, medicinals. So yeah, there's a long list of things that might be medicinals. You've got possible food and drinks. So yeah, you might want to take some samples there that could be taken back to the ship and examined for later.
Yeah, I plan to. I was just wondering what you wanted it actually named as for my character sheet. But I just put down plants from Akaton.
Okay. You might want to like start an A, B, something like that, because you might run into other plants that you want to take samples of as you go along.
Okay, can I get some sort of identifier for this plant? Just call it plant A.
I would go along with just plant A for now, and I will try and find an actual something that actually mixes with it. How about that?
Okay. I still have other plans of Agaton, but under the description, I got plant A.
Okay.
So as I get more, I can just add more to it.
Mm-hmm. Because you might actually find some further along in the caverns, which is where you'll be heading shortly.
Like maybe some mushrooms and stuff.
Yes. And some other oddly colored plants, flowers,
Bioluminescent balls.
whatever. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because they can always be marked for possible retrieval later at a different time, if they turn out to be something useful. And of course, the group sees the Panthera collecting all these
Plants and
samples and
flowers.
plants and everything, which, I mean, collecting them to eat them is one thing, but collecting them for preservation and examination is another. So, what are they thinking?
Chip's gonna walk over and see what he's doing, and it's like, think any of those can be made into poison bullets?
Possibly.
Sweet, I'm gonna help you. And just starts helping him get there.
Yeah, because strange worlds, you never know.
Zavocado would waddle over. Pick one, eat it without a second thought.
Okay, I guess we'll
Chip
find out if
looks over. It is
it's
just
Well,
watching
poisonous
him
to.
intensely to see what happens.
We'll find out if it's poisonous to skittermanders.
Yes, let me know how you start feeling in the next couple of minutes to an hour. Thank you.
Zavocado belches in return.
I just sit stand and watch.
Well, shit, we already lost to that lady. She already betrayed us.
Oh, that's right. I don't have her on here. Sorry about that.
She fell into a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, that'd be a heck of a thing to have on the planet, wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would make sense.
No, it had to be called the Laxar. I mean, we don't want to get sued. The Paizo doesn't want to get sued. All right, gather up some of these and then head on back, continuing to the south, I guess. This
Okay.
way, whatever that way is.
Avocado doesn't feel any ill feelings from eating the plant.
Let's go.
Okay. So you make your way down the path. past the area before that you had come
Split
into.
off from because we came in from the west.
Yep, you came in from the west and you're going to head to the south.
Oh, I didn't realize I could move my character and my drone simultaneously.
Alright, I'm getting a bad feeling about going any farther. I started getting Pathfinder flashbacks.
And your new fellow teammate is just bringing up the rear. She's making sure that nothing's coming up behind you, keeping eyes on things with her gun raised.
Ooh, what's over here?
It's a good question.
And eventually that just leaves into like a, a circle.
Cases.
Like a dead end.
Yep, dead end.
Okay. Let's keep on moving down this way.
Lots of flowers, though, in this area. Well, there's a lot of those bushes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Red makes note of that for if this stuff proves useful in anything.
Mm-hmm.
If Zavocado spontaneously combusts, you'll know.
Those will make
Okay.
really good bullets then.
Just
And you
incendiary.
notice as you go further, the height of the walls increase. This is no longer such a gentle slope to the walls. It's more striking and definitely more difficult if you were to use any type of height hiking materials to try and climb out of and things like that. It'd be a higher climb for sure.
How good is Mac's pitching arm?
Okay, so
Probably pretty good.
But he also does have wings.
okay, I have to add her, and I have to take him out of play. Okay, so yes, 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 and I have to add our new party member. Shit.
Spandale, Rescue Rangers, Spandale.
Nope, I already had Chip on there. Yay. Good for me. Okay, so we go to this is when we have too many things in the way. No. Can't get to the activate button.
It from
I need to because there's too many.
Before we get too much farther, and before I forget again, Was there any experience given for last session for the 2 battles?
Yeah, you should have seen that in notes.
All I see is random loot. Ah, okay. No, I see it.
Scenes.
Because we should be at 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still at 3,300.
Yep. Okay, so there we go. And I will add you guys to the entrance. Try not to drop you on the fire pit.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay, there you are.
That's not a lit
It's,
fire, but
no, but it is a fire pit that you notice is left behind by some previous adventurers. And like I said, the walls to these is basically a canyon. It's got much sharper and much higher walls.
hey, Mac, you want to take an aerial view of this place? I can already see that the path separates some.
Okay, Mac, what do you say?
Take a look. Being cautious. Yeah, he would take a look.
Okay, so do you do a total flyover of the canyon, or do you just an early scout, or what? Or what section are you?
Can't do continuous flight yet. So
You also got some high peaks and stuff that you could land on.
yeah, so he tries to find some vantage point.
Okay. Again, move your token to your vantage points to see if you see anything.
I collide with wall.
Okay, so would you go up in here? Is what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can move your token up there. There you go. So as you go up in here,
I don't think we're supposed to be able to see those tokens off the board, are we?
no. But you would be able to see a group down in there from where your vantage point is, making it a choice if you go down that way or not.
You know, I'm so glad I stopped in the square I did. One or two more squares, and I'd be seen by them as well, seeing them myself.
Mm-hmm. Plus, passing by them, you run a risk of being seen by them. Plus, you've got a big group that needs to pass by, not just one or two people. So, Mac, are you going to immediately fly back and let your group know that you see a group down here?
I'll do that and let her have communicators.
Okay.
If we have
So you're
comms,
gonna,
yeah, I let them know.
okay, so you're gonna come back to them, let them know that the first turn has a group of beings.
Time for the beans to be eaten.
Oh yeah, beans.
Yeah, beans.
Hey.
Mac needs beans.
You leave my two beans alone.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing these guys here, right? Or well,
No,
Mac
Mac
is.
is.
Mac can see them. You shouldn't be able to.
Hey,
We
Mac,
can.
can you do me a small favor? Can you come down here, pick me up, and give me a ride up there so I have a vantage shot with my sniper rifle?
Do you need me to move you down?
Yeah, they're just bringing him up there.
Okay, there you go.
Sweet.
And then anybody else can move up with Ren, or I'm not sure who's in control there.
It's still Ren.
Okay,
It's not about my
that's who I
character.
thought it was. So you're going back up, and you're going up with who? You zoom in so I can actually see better than dots. You're going to take, are you taking Chip up or Zav?
Yeah, taking Chip.
At least, yeah.
Okay, so
Makes more
Chip
sense for
is
me to
up.
be up there.
Okay, Chip.
Sweet.
There, I gave you good vantage point.
Hell yeah. So I've got clear line of sight between me and them
Mm-hmm.
with something kind of to hide my body behind.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how cover works in this game, but
Sav's been yoinking grubs out of the ground and just munching while they figure out what to do.
Okay, so Zav, what are you gonna? You've been just munching on grubs.
Yeah, he's just been waiting for the green light or the red light.
Okay. Well, the new girl's gonna stay back with you, making sure you've got cover.
And Ren is going to try to act sneaky.
Okay.
Your girl's got the most
So
unfortunate babysitting job right now.
a 15 to sneak. Let me see what their Okay, so that would be to their
Perception.
yeah. You've got more than their perception.
They'd be rolling for it. Don't have a passive perception.
Okay. You don't count their perception as passive.
Alright, when I do go into that line of sight, at least that one person sees me.
Okay. That one sees you. I'm going for line of sight.
Yeah, because none of them actually have line of sight yet, but
Those would be the ones with the most line of sight opportunities. And maybe the big guy. Let's see how they Okay, so it looks like
the
only
two
two of
weird
them.
gremlins.
Yep, the two gremlins would be the ones that would sense you when you do move. So do you work out a plan of how you're going to do this, or do you just do improv?
How do you guys want to do it?
So I'm letting you guys kind of take the fork because brain is certain. Microphone up to. It's not
Oh
on
no.
stream.
Basically, you guys decide what to do, and Mac's going to just follow you.
Well, at this point, I think
For
Zavocado.
a change, he's not going to be the leader.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got 4 gremlins and a turtle.
Yep.
How easily do you think it would be for them to climb up here?
I don't think anything's going to be doing any real climbing.
But it looks
You
like
guys
some of
had
those
you
gremlins
guys
got
had the
some wings.
advantage of being able to fly up there.
Looks like these gremlins have wings, though.
Do they have
Yeah,
wings?
they do. They're kind of bat-like.
Are they currently sitting still?
At current, yes.
And do they know I'm there?
No,
Huh.
they're occupied in whatever they're doing.
They're
They don't.
occupado.
They don't know. They don't notice you guys are in cover.
Avocado probably would get bored and kind of shimmy down here a little bit.
Okay, that means she would be following you.
Okay. Trying to remember how I did this last time. I know a supercharged weapon was one of them. And then empowered weapon. Okay. So are we going? I'm like asking this to the group. Are we engaging the target?
I think so.
So Chip is then going to immediately cast supercharged weapon, which takes up my regular action, my standard action. And then I'm going to use my move action to cast empowered weapon. Oh wait, no, not yet. Because yeah, empowered weapon only lasts until the end of. So, but supercharged weapon lasts until the end of my next turn. So I'm going to use supercharged weapon in the anticipation of I'm about to shoot one of them in the fucking dome.
Yeah, so what you should do is use that, and then we can start combat, and then that first turn you can use your move to do the other one and then attack.
Okay, yeah, I don't know much about how Starfinder's like system works, so I didn't know if I was allowed to use that before the combat starts.
Should be able to.
Should
As
all
long
be
as
able to pretty much take an action, a
and
free
then
action, and then we'll roll initiative.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. I'll supercharge the weapon before we initiatize.
well, you should do
Quick.
that. Then we should and then are you saying we have a surprise round essentially?
Well, I'll let you get into position and do whatever you need to do, and I'll let him get off his surprise round
Sweet.
Okay.
since he's the sniper.
So,
I assume that then him casting his supercharged weapon would be considered getting into position.
Yes.
okay. Then
If anybody needs to ready a weapon or do anything like that, that would be
now is the time to do so.
yes.
Well, probably going to send the drone up.
Yep, that would be another thing to do.
I'm just gonna have my pistol ready.
Mac would. I mean, Mac's mostly a melee fighter, but
Yeah, I'm well within range.
Max should let us throw them in and then jump down and just beat the shit out of them with his axe.
Yeah,
or how would it whatever.
probably move over
Oh,
here.
I got to remember how to roll initiative.
Well,
I
you
love that
can.
we have.
Do you have us on the combat tracker? Not yet.
Not yet.
Once you add us everybody to the combat tracker, you can actually roll the initiative from the combat tracker.
Does that do it?
No, because you need
No.
to select the tokens and then.
Toggle combat state.
Yeah, that's it.
Um,
You can click and drag to highlight multiple tokens, like all of us, and just right-click one token to toggle this combat state, and add everybody.
okay, so they're tokens. So I'm clicking on you, nothing's happening.
Do you have all the tokens selected? And then right click on the token.
And it's going to be the bottom right.
Well, as I said, you had Mac up there.
Yeah, I have Mac.
But that's the only one you got selected. The only token you got selected. I just added myself also to make it easier for you then.
Okay. Well, so only let me do it one by one.
You can do it if you, like I said, if you click and drag that box everybody in, select everybody.
Okay, that's
The same
everybody,
way
right?
That's the players,
it's
yeah.
15
Three, four. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I got everybody up there.
Okay, and then
And
the
the
same way that
roll
you,
all.
well, you don't have them on there yet.
Okay.
So like you, the way you selected them all to move them all at the same time, do that again.
Okay.
And then you should be able to right click on one and, yep.
There. Okay, now roll all.
Damn, I thought I was slow.
Max not doing well on this one.
Well, I'm glad the drone got sent up first.
Okay, so is there a begin?
You've already
You
begun.
already began.
Okay, it's already begun. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Red saying it's Mac's turn. I think.
Yeah, it needs need to put back at the top of the combat tracker.
Give me a second
Yeah.
because I got that map bug. Configure settings.
Yeah, for a turtle, that Telia is pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that 20 initiative.
Configure. Enable. Scrolling status. Fix. Token. Okay, so you go to is it configure settings or configure controls
Or
Well, we
for that
we did.
map bug?
map bug.
That one that we got to turn off constantly that will zoom over to the token. You know which one I'm talking about, that we got to turn it off. That if you click on a token, the map zooms all the way over to that token. It's just staying centered.
The one that we gotta keep turning off is when someone talks.
Okay, whatever.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Actually, I don't know if it's zooming when you, or moving when you click pan to combatant under their name.
Okay, so see, I try and click on him to start to move to Mac, and I can't. How can I move the combatant to the first guy
There should be
instead of
up
Mac?
near the bottom, there should be some left arrows.
Okay, there we go. That's all I wanted to do.
Well, that also works, but yeah.
Yeah,
And it was moving the stupid map when I was trying to click on him.
yeah,
from
because
the...
you're probably double clicking on it. Yeah, that will move it to the token.
Nope, I was single clicking.
Or either way, clicking. So yes, that's working as intended.
Yep. Okay, so let's go from here. So and that'll be this one
No,
is
as far
going
as
to take.
they know, they don't know who's going. Well, not quite.
Hmm?
Chip gets his surprise shot.
Yep. So go ahead, Chip, before these guys do anything.
Because otherwise, there'd be no point in them doing anything yet.
Yeah. So Chip, get your surprise shot in before we start the combat.
Spandale, are you there?
Sorry, one more time.
It's your surprise shot. You
Okay.
open.
So I'm going to activate this. And I'm going to shoot this one. So how do I do that again? I forget.
Which one
How
are you?
many,
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have him targeted.
Yeah, so mouse
Which-
over him and hit
do
T.
that.
Okay.
Now you can. Is your combat HUD up or not? Do you see your portrait in the bottom right or bottom left?
Yes.
All right. If that's the case, then you should be able to click on your weapon.
And roll from there.
Yep, and then roll from the
Attack and damage.
and it should roll the damage with the attack.
That did not include your supercharged weapon, though.
It did not.
Nope.
Or did it?
Okay. It didn't include my other one either. My feature.
No, it does not. First gotta figure out if it hits or not.
Okay. Against KAC. Let me check.
That shouldn't hit.
It's probably not going to, no.
Even flat-footed.
Let me take a look. 'Cause I'm the one in charge of these guys.
You are not wrong. You are in charge.
Yep. KAC. He has a KAC of 10.
Damn.
So
Yep.
Even flat-footed. Wait, is there flat-footed in Starfinder? I can't remember.
I don't have the book over here, so I'd have to look.
Well, either way, the base AC is 10, so
Needs, conditions. Yes, there is a flat-footed.
Oh.
Start a combat if you are surprised you're flat-footed until you become aware of combat and have a chance to act. Many others can cause you many effects cause you to be flat-footed. You take a -2 penalty to your AC, and cannot take reactions while flat-footed.
so he actually did manage to hit.
Fuck yeah.
All
You
right.
said his AC was 10?
His KAC was 10, and you did a 9, so yes, you did damage.
Beat him
All
by
right.
one.
So
Okay.
you get to do extra 46 from supercharged weapon.
And then an extra.
But you did not give that 6 acid because it was not a crit.
1d6.
So 5d6. So you do a /R space 5d6.
I need to look at. Oh, sorry. Because I can't see. Oop, shit. My bad. Pressing all kinds of. Okay. So I do
/R space.
5d6.
Mm-hmm. Extra 26 damage on top of the 2 piercing or the 2 slashing.
So and
28 damage, that thing.
and he only has 10 on his armor. So
Well, armor doesn't reduce
he's got,
damage in
yep,
this game.
he's got 11 points, so he would be done.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry.
Poor dude just enjoying a sports ball game gets domed.
Find status effects.
Status effect.
There we go.
GED.
Yeah, found it. Okay. So that was the one that had the first chance. So it moves on to the turtle.
I love that the turtle just has a Glock.
Yeah.
Turtle,
Ain't
turtle.
gonna catch him lacking.
Well, it's a space game. Who knows what, you know?
Do you think he's turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Probably. I'll be right back.
Okay, so he's gonna see one of the glitch gremlins just get hit
Obliterated.
and obliterated. So he is not going to be happy.
But he also has no clue what happened.
Pardon me?
We also has no clue what actually happened.
He has no clue what happened. So let's see. So he's going to make another perception roll as he looks around to see, kind of like what the H is going on. And I would say he got a good perception roll this time. He quickly surmises that gunfire came from up on top of the ridge here. And he does not. Can he see? Wrong player. No. Let's see. No. Okay, so he does not have line of sight on anybody except for
Possibly Chip.
Chip, and I would think he could see the big dragon up on the ridge.
Mac is also farther back from the edge, so you got the height and the back distance.
As long as Mac is well back, so he is going to try and take aim against where the shot came from.
Talk about a miss.
Yeah, he might have the pistol, but he's not proficient in it. He rolled a nat 1.
Chip. Okay, so he comes nowhere near the target. And he's just frustrated and just you see him all sorts of grumbly and his big feet just pound the dirt. And that is the end of his combat. Mosquito. Our little drone is up.
Oh boy.
What's the little drone going to do?
I'm trying to remember what its range is for movement. Feel like
30 feet.
30 feet. Oh, okay. Wicked.
And it flies, so it doesn't have to worry as much about the terrain.
Right.
So the drone would literally just fly up here just to get a line of sight. Wouldn't really attack or anything. Just kind of chill there and set up, kind of. And that's about all it would do.
Plus it can report back to you guys too.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. Keep an eye out for movement and stuff, because I think, let me see.
But there should be able to see at least something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think it's got, well, I don't know, line of sight's kind of weird there. Maybe this guy could see.
No, it's got good view on these two.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll pretty much just sit there and keep an eye on these two little gremlins over here.
Okay.
And
Okay,
It's a computer
so
glitch.
yep.
maybe that's not necessarily good for a drone.
Okay, so this glitch, he's going to be mumbling to the gremlin beside him, and they clearly see the drone ahead of them now. So he is going to attempt to make a shot at the drone because he should have clear line of sight. Which, okay, he is unarmed. He does not have a weapon on him. So he is just gonna,
They should have special abilities, so should have remember them right. Because I know one of your characters had one of these as a familiar.
well, I'm going off of what they created because these are pre-made characters. And all I'm seeing is bite.
Huh. Yeah, typically they have a ranged attack that's pretty much the same as fight, just at range. Interesting.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why I don't like pre-made characters.
We also got okay. Well, they got a feature called Networked Technomancy. And they
But
got spells.
Clean Archive 2.
yeah, because when I made a character, you guys had said I overranked them, so I would have done a TPK.
And though that wasn't you making characters yet, that was just overtune combat. That was you learning how to tune combat.
But yeah, look at that spell book. Don't forget about that.
Spellbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they got energy.
Yeah, that's where they put it.
That. Okay.
These are Technomancers.
Okay. So energy ray. Doo-doo-doo.
And as long as they can, well, also under its features, look at its Networked Technomancy feature.
Okay, so what's the ranged attack? Okay, so He's going to move up a little. And he's going to try a ranged attack on the little drone. See how this goes with the energy ray.
What kind of
Come up.
energy?
Electricity. You know, try electricity this time. Joe,
I'm
like
back.
overload the drone.
Does that hit the drone? VAC of the drone is
The text is a little too small for me to see right now. I think it's 1616.
Yeah, 16.
so that should be a miss. Since tie goes to defender, right?
Tie does go to the defender. Because what's our little mosquito? Yeah, you got 16. So yes, tie would go to defender. So he'd be all frustrated and kind of jumping up and down and everything. And his buddy would have to take over, which means he's got to move into position because he is way out of range for anything. 25. Or
I feel like the drone would just do like a little taunting backflip.
I can see it doing that. You can only move. He can only move up with his buddy to say there. And that doesn't put him anywhere near range for anybody. So that's going to be the end of his turn.
Ratman.
My turn again.
Rat-da-da-da-da-da.
All right. Well, it worked once. Might work again, right?
How many times can you use the power blast?
Okay, so I'm not. I need to figure out how many spell slots I have.
Should be in your spell book.
4, and I've used 2, so I have 2 left. Okay. So I'm gonna use empowered weapon again, making that go down to 1. Ooh, not 21. 1. Which will let me deal an additional 1d6 damage. And get a +1 to my attack roll.
Same spot.
And I'm going to try to hit this dude again. Hit. Oh.
And I just sent you a DM, Aisha.
Okay, I heard it. Let me take a look at
Okay.
this first.
Okay, so I rolled an 18 against its KAC.
His that would be a hit.
Okay, so I do 7 slashing damage and then an additional 1d6 for 11 in total.
Okay, 11 is exactly what you need
Yeah.
to take him.
Found another one.
Another
Okay,
one
Yep,
place it
come on.
does.
shit making goulash back there.
Uh-huh.
Come on. Do I need to? That's not it. Condition. State. Effects. Dead.
Nice.
Okay, so you're slowly knocking them out.
All right,
Okay.
that's all I got.
Zavocado.
Yep, at the bottom of the combat tracker should be in turn.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You might have to scroll.
I don't see
It's-
end turn anywhere.
It's the cross swords icon.
There it is. This avocado is
my
so
goodness.
cute.
They are.
Don't let them fool you. They will eat you the moment you die.
Mm-hmm.
This avocado
They're
looks
very
like
much like the
Stitch.
gremlins.
Oh,
You don't, like Gizmo, don't feed them after midnight. Don't water them.
definitely
don't
don't
get
give
them
them
wet.
cheese.
Yep. There's a long list of things you don't do with them. Otherwise, they're cute.
I'm gonna give it cheese.
Well, he's probably at least gonna. Oh, I need to do this. Hold on, I got the measurement tool on. There we go. He's gonna waddle up here. He's probably not actually going to do much. He's probably gonna look at the kitty next to him and wonder what's going on down there, and wonder if they taste good. And that's pretty much what he's gonna do there. He's very food motivated.
Typical with what, 6 stomachs or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that why they got so many arms so they can just keep continuously feed themselves?
Stomach for each arm.
I forget how many stomachs they have. It's a bunch.
Is there an actual thing with their stomachs? I know they're born with a mouth at their stomach.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Yes. It's our version of an umbilical cord, but
More toothy.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So she can move 25. That's what I was thinking. Is anybody running Evie?
Do you want one of us to?
Well, I think it would be funny if I'm running EV against my own characters.
I can.
Yeah, that because it gives you an actual combat character to play.
Okay, so she actually has been leveled up now. Because I was looking at her before, she was only level 1.
No, she hasn't been leveled up. I just gave her the XP.
Experience. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was starting to work on her leveling.
What's the range of that? 50 feet? Alright. And he said she can move 25 feet. Yeah.
She's 25 feet.
Twenty, 25. And then she will take a shot at that guy.
Which one? Top or bottom?
The top one's one that she has targeted.
Okay.
Assuming that hits. Because
It will hit.
how does concealment work? Because have you read my DM yet?
You get the right channel. How does that work? Oh. Let me look, because they would have that advantage. Features.
Best chance for concealment is 20%.
And that is for what again?
Okay, concealment gives the target of a successful attack a chance that the attack actually missed. This is called a miss chance. Normally, the miss chance for concealment is 20%. It makes the attack normally. If the attacking creature would hit, the
There it
target
is.
must roll a 20 or lower on the D percentile roll to avoid being struck. So it sounds like if you roll a D100 and get a 20 or lower, it actually missed. So either you can roll that or I can roll it.
Okay. So flash bar D100.
Yes. And that would be a hit if you follow the normal basic of the low would be a miss.
Okay. So
It hit.
back to, yeah, I'm just getting back to,
Right.
and you rolled a
19 KAC
19
damage.
KAC. and that sucker's gone.
Little man got vaporized.
Yep, totally. Totally. Yeah, that one is absolutely, once I find the right button, it is a goner. I'll tell you. Go away. Thank you. So I'll tell you what the points are.
I take out my fire shot there. What else? I think that's the weapon I have.
This one's just a kind of stomping its arms and feet and just all sorts of jibber jabber, seeing its companion fall.
I didn't do as much damage.
$22 against EAC. It wouldn't matter. You're still getting past the armor really easy.
This is the only one left. There's no mischance now.
And in this case, you do a 4.
Yeah, my damage ain't nearly as good.
No, but you got it well wounded. So let me. It's not looking so hot because it's still trying to hop around and everything.
So does Matt
Not
go
hopping
after
as
the?
good. Not as hot. Not as hopping as strong as it did, but still mad.
I say Matt should just jump off the cliff edge, and then jump right on top of the turtle spear, or whatever weapon he has, using it like a spear.
Well, I already planned on coming down.
Let me release you from the.
Yeah, because the hero.
I take you off.
I'm still
Can you
collecting this
move from
rock.
there? Now you're free to move.
Yeah. So if he would have came down there. Hurt the turtle.
What's the turtle ever do to you?
He lives out in the Emily. Turtle soup is on the menu tonight.
No, you'd see the turtle stand up on its back legs and I guess do whatever turtles do, growl, hiss, whatever at you.
Not words of wisdom.
Trying to make itself look scary against the dragon.
So 23 against his KAC for 11.
So 20 beats it. What's the damage?
11.
Okay, it takes the 11. So it is damaged, but it is Still standing.
That gremlin is dead.
Yes.
There can only be one large reptile.
Okay. Remove. That one's hurting. Okay. It's updated the tracker now. I don't know why that one didn't get caught in there. So it's back to Mr. Turtle.
Which means he's not proficient with the arc pistol.
It didn't say anything, did it? 'Cause I didn't target you. Or were you targeted? Yeah, you were
Well,
targeted.
you haven't actually rolled the attack yet. It's just
Okay.
supposed to get chat.
So make sure he is targeted.
Okay, that actually hit.
Well, because you were right in front of him. So yeah,
Maybe
he's nearsighted.
Well,
Okay,
you
so
have been a big target.
21 against your EAC.
What's impressive is he did that not proficient.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, it's not so much that Max, people miss Mac. That's just the fact that, most attacks just don't go through.
Fair enough. It's kind of hard to miss something that big.
Yeah.
Kind of like hitting the side of a truck. A cargo transport.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I
Cargo
mean, I know that
transport
after this
was
combat, I'm
Paizo.
going to need help down.
This would be the most hilarious time for Mac to drop chips just like shit.
Just stuck up there.
Unless he wants to trust the drone.
Fuck it. I'll give it a try.
Yep, drone's up.
Let's see. Okay. The drone is going to move up here. Shoot. What's the range of my gun? Let me take a look here. 50
Much
feet.
further, as I say, farther than that.
And I should have line of sight. I have completely forgotten how to do attacks.
Click on the left of that. Click on your token, and the HUD should be at the bottom. Then you should be able to click on the weapon there, and then in chat it brings it up.
Oh, so like this.
Mm-hmm.
And do I have to click on the little gremlin?
You can.
If you're going for the gremlin, click on him and hit T
Or you can
to
double right
target,
click him.
or double right click.
Then
Jesus.
Okay. Mosquito's got a nice attack. 22 against EAC. Poor little gremlin. Yes, that's gonna be a hit. And
Good old prison flare gun.
Yep.
we said little gremlin. Is find the right gremlin. He only had a couple of hit points left, so yeah, that's yeah, he only had one hit point left.
Overkill.
Oh, he did.
So I almost
Oh.
killed him.
Well, he only had 5 hit points to begin with. That's why I was laughing.
All right, let me do this. Boop.
Okay, so let
Oh, he did.
me. Yeah, he did. Remove combatant. Cheap.
All right.
Yeah.
There's only one thing left.
Yep.
I'm gonna use it again.
Kill the turtle. Kill the turtle.
16 against AC. No, 17. Sorry.
I was just making sure you had line of sight of without Mac in the issue. I mean, he's that might be
He also had the elevation issue. So, I mean, he's got the elevation, so it's coming over Mac's head.
yeah.
Mac feels a lovely but possibly uncomfortable breeze go by.
As long as Chip doesn't roll a 1, we're good.
I rolled a 17, so. I'm a
16
decent
against KAC.
+1, so 17. Because of the
17.
powered weapon.
Okay. That would be a hit.
Nice.
And you did how much damage?
I gotta roll 1 extra d6. 2 for a total of 7.
7. Okay, so he takes the damage with a big old roar and everything. So that is okay. Got it. And he is hurting. That much you can see.
Good. And then I'm done.
El Sufocado.
Go, Stitch, go!
He's just gonna waddle on over. Not really much he can do at this point outside of just looking through the drone and cackling a little bit. Probably making Evie slightly uncomfortable.
She'll be fine.
Let's see here. What's the range of that again? 90 feet. Alright, Evie. Don't hit Mac.
I'm about to say he looks like he's in the line of sight. Because you are coming into his token.
The edge of it, but she ain't roll low enough, I don't think, but it's up to you.
Well, against his. Nope, it's a miss.
I figured it was.
Okay, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Can a kitty hit? Maybe.
18. That is a hit. That's flat 5.
Yeah, fire. She's trying to cook the soup.
Well,
Pick up
you
the meat.
see him take a hit, and it'll be either in the softer underbelly or in one of the areas between the softer shelled underbelly and the tough shell, and he just takes the hit and he closes his eyes, and next thing you know, he just collapses.
Nice.
He is also dead.
Dead.
Yes.
I reload my weapon real quick.
Alright, we having turtle soup tonight?
You could. It'd be a
And Mac,
very large amount of turtle soup.
and Mac
And
pretty
look,
much got
we can-
tickled by a stun gun.
Pretty much. But yeah, Mac goes up and brings Chip back down.
Yay.
Okay, so let me be nice and move him down off the ridge.
And as I
And
land, I'm
we-
just like, this is why you guys bring along a sniper. As I start furiously cleaning my gun again.
But an advantage to this turtle soup, he even comes with his own pot big enough to cook it.
That is very true.
Yeah, you can use the shell for that. Okay, so what are you going to do after this round of?
There's the last one before I move it. I was standing on top of it.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, wait a second, I got 2 yellow guys. So you got this nice little alcove with some nice little dead bodies.
So how much does the turtle weigh?
Mm. Give me a second. They are monstrous. They can live up to 1,000 years old.
I don't think anyone here, but maybe Mac will be able to carry it with us. And I want my turtle soup tonight.
Over time, their scaled shell changes pattern and color based on their experiences. Each bony plate or shoot is comprehensive physical record of the creature's experiences, radiating a series of fine rings from the center. The rings' color and shape defines differences, give subtle clues to the Tila's experiences. I am reading to see if there's anything.
Probably not.
I'll be right back.
average 200 pounds. They're really not that.
Unfortunately, yeah, they're not
They,
that heavy, but I also have to
yeah,
remember that knowing that's how much it actually weighs pounds wise doesn't help, since every other mention of carrying capacity and stuff is in bulk.
yeah, because it's considering a medium monstrous humanoid. So we'd have to maybe consider it compared to Mac, where his size is and weight. Because if they're both considered,
Well, Mac is considered large, not medium.
okay, so you would definitely be not as weighty as Mac. So that would also give us another idea of how much he'd weigh. He had to step away likely to the bathroom. So if we want to take a short break
That works for me, so I'll just
for
put that here.
personal needs, how much longer did we want to go?
I'm good for another hour or two.
I actually may have to take off.
That is all good. I probably only had maybe an hour at most left in the tank.
Yeah, I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning, and we're pushing 11 already.
Okay. Do we just want to stop here in this? Since we have a nice little alcove, we could
Little
just
campsite.
call it campsite,
That sounds
which
good.
would
Since
give
it's
you
not that
guys,
soon.
give the
Yeah.
party a chance to rest up, take turns on guard duty.
Cook the soup. We don't have to worry about carrying it.
Yep. And that way, if you do want,
And look, we even have a convenient fire pit up ahead, up above.
yep. That way, if you do want to do anything with the shell or anything, you're not far past the entrance to the canyon where you could still call for pickup from the ship.
I'd say let's move the fire pit down here. It looks movable.
Okay. Yeah, because you're not too far into the cavern.
We very quickly racked up a kill count.
Murder hobos, go!
Hey, I only did what I was suggested to do.
Okay, and what I will do is make sure that I get your XP added so that if you guys do level up, I will let you know between this session and hopefully the next session in 2 weeks, not like 2 months.
Hopefully.
I doubt we level up. Those were pretty weak creatures.
They were. And I will see if the next set of creatures and stuff are give you a little bit more better challenge because I didn't want to make them too challenging.
Right.
And
You don't want
so
to
I
TBK
kind of
stuff,
I kind of favored it on the light side. So I might push them up a little bit more. Did you want to try and loot anything off the bodies other than credits?
What else I got?
Well, let's see,
through life science, do I know of anything useful as far as either of the gremlins, as far as body parts or anything? For making serums or anything? Or the
Well,
turtle?
I know the turtle had a baton and a pistol and a battery. Or the pistol had a battery and he carried an extra battery with him. That was his inventory.
I think we take everything that they had. If
Okay.
you want to just put that on the loot box, we can go through it next time.
Oh shoot, that's right. The turtle did have a gun.
Yeah, he might not have been able to use it too well, but like I said, it's still got batteries and all that kind of stuff to it. As far
But
as anything that you would be able to
if nothing else, I want to take
technomancy.
genetic samples of the 2 types of gremlins.
Yeah, you would probably definitely want to do that. Um, I mean, the abilities that they had
I didn't
were
really see much of them.
definitely, I mean, I don't think they used enough for you to learn anything from them.
Right, so I honestly don't know anything about it, really.
Right. Not enough time to actually study them or anything. Not as much as like you've captured one or done any true studying of the creatures.
But that's the fun when I'm gene splicing. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well,
A
definitely take
little
your
bit of
samples.
this, a little bit of that, and boop. Yep. But yeah, 18 life science check for all that stuff.
Okay.
That was not a good roll for you.
And
No, it wasn't.
yeah, because where does that fall in your?
Oh, my skill capabilities, I
In,
rolled a 6.
so what's the highest you can roll? Because that gives me an
Um,
idea.
I could have gotten a 32 with an at
Oh,
20.
okay.
Yeah, but you tend to go against DCs, that's why.
Okay, so 18. 18 out of 32.
Well, it's usually against a set DC, and if you beat it, you succeed. And if you beat it by more than that, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay. I made note of that as well.
So those
Okay,
were
so you got
glitch gremlins, and what kind of gremlins?
the glitch gremlin and um Dirk DIRKLUZ.
Okay, I have that under genetic samples. Glitch gremlin and Dark Gremlin. So I assume I succeeded in getting at least a sample of each of them.
Yeah. I mean, between having 2 each, you definitely got decent amount of samples. And then you also had the Helia,
Turtle.
the turtle.
Yeah, might as well get a sample of him as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's gonna ruin the taste of the meal or take much away from it.
I mean, you got plenty of meat there, so why not take just a little bit for sampling? And then you had
I didn't take a sample from their insects though. I don't want to deal with those things.
okay. So let me see, loot generator. Go away, extra pop up.
But yeah, that sounds like where we're gonna call it. So thank you everybody for joining us. That did.
Yes. We are going to go for more credit.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay, so on top of everything else, I'm going to say you found 900 credit. On them as well. And then I'll figure out the amount of XP. And I'll post that.
And you're gonna
But
just take the stuff from their character sheets and put on loot box for us.
yes. Okay, and as he was saying, we appreciate everyone who joined us today on the Chaos Table for our version of Starfinder. And we hope to see more of you joining us at our next scheduled Starfinder in 2 weeks at the same time, 10
April 26th.
o'clock Eastern time. Yes, on the 26th of April.
My bad. I mean the 25th. I didn't realize it turned Saturday
Oh
already.
yeah, 25th. And you will be able to catch us on the Chaos Table again on the 13th, and we will be doing riffs, Savage Riffs, with Einar as the GM.
Nice.
So,
And
yes.
if that does not happen, then the next game will be the 20th, when we continue Pathfinder with Return of the Gods.
Yes, and that is with Faja.
Yep. For riffs, it all depends on how my migraine is doing.
Yes, 'cause that's the reason we didn't hear too much from Einar tonight as much as we normally do. He took a back seat and let the other players play for a bit, and he was kind of just
Existing.
here.
Yeah, and one of the few times
Yes.
that I don't have camera going.
Yes, that was the other reason he didn't have his camera on.
And
There are times like that, and we understand we're not our best, so we have got other players that will step up and carry the load, which is wonderful teammates that we have, team players that will carry on for us.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, it does. Funny about that. But I want to thank everybody again for showing up. And I apologize that I had to use my ping tuber, but for some reason, the program that we use to run the real-time cameras through, my link was not working. Otherwise, I would have, especially as being the DM, I wanted to be on live cam, but it didn't work. So
Yeah, it did for me for some reason.
yeah, it did for you, but it wasn't for me. That's the chaos that reigns free here on the chaos table.
Tech being techie.
And tech being techie. Yes. So with that, we will say good night, farewell. Einar always says if you're
You don't got to be
what?
good, but just be good at it.
Yeah, you don't have to be good, just be good at it. You know, we've got so many different sayings among the bunch. My favorite saying over on my side of Twitter is "See y'all on those country roads." So
I personally like you don't got to go home, but we can't stay here.
so everybody just take care.
Y'all have a good night. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Like
Bye now.